Today we're making butters and blends, and we're going to start with herb blends. Now, herb blends are really useful to have in the store cupboard, and they'll keep you going all through the winter. And you're using your dried herbs for these. So let's get started. Keep your dried herbs in separate jars, and then when you want to make a blend, it's just easy, just put them together. Now I'm making what I call my French fancy here, and it's basically rosemary, marjoram, thyme and lavender. So I'm going to use 2 parts each of these herbs, and I'm putting them into another jar. So there's 2 parts of my marjoram, 2 parts rosemary, and 2 parts of my thyme. To that I'm adding 1 part lavender, just the lavender buds like this. This makes a really unusual flavour. Now you can leave this as it is, or you could add in a little bit of garlic. I'm going for a real French touch. I'm having a little bit of dried garlic in there. Not too much, just a little. And that's basically all you do. Give this a good shake. You can add salt and pepper to it if you like just now, or you can add that later, whatever you want. Label your jar and then put that away and use it for all sorts of things. I like to use my dried blends for mixing in breadcrumbs, for coating meat and fish when I'm going to cook them. You can mix them in with cream cheese for fabulous on crackers. You can put them into soups, put them into stews, all sorts of things, and you can make fabulous dips with them. Let me show you how. Now take your herb blend and take a spoonful of that into a bowl or a jug. I like to do things in a larger bowl and then decant into a smaller one, because making dips and things can be so fussy if you're trying to do it in a small bowl. So if you take about a good teaspoon of your blend, now when you put this into your bowl, you really should add a little bit of boiling water. Now this just makes the oils come out of the herbs and releases them and brings out all those fabulous flavours. So it's really quite an important step. So give that a minute or two, and then you're going to take your cream cheese, any type of cream cheese, put that in, Greek yoghurt, plain yoghurt here, don't go putting anything fruity in, and some plain mayonnaise. Quantities are entirely up to you. Give this a really good mix. Pop it into your serving dish. And serve that with lovely crunchy vegetables. Gorgeous. Now moving on, we're going to do some butters. Herb butters are another store cupboard staple. They're wonderful. I've got some softened butter here. Now normally I would use a full pack of butter, but I'm just making a small amount, so I'm only going for half a pack. And I use unsalted butter. This is so that I feel that I'm in charge of my seasoning that way. So take your softened butter, and you don't want it really melted soft. You just want it sort of workable, because you're going to have to roll this up, and if it's really melted, it's just going to make a hell of a mess. So take your butter and add in your herbs. Now I'm making a sort of a country garden blend here, so I've got some basil, and I've got a little bit of mint, not too much, parsley, marjoram, I'm putting in a little bit of lemon rind, and I'm putting in some garlic. Now this blend will be really good for putting into garlic breads and things, and to put into pasta. Really useful for that. And I'm also going to add lemon juice. And for this I'm putting in, probably about a tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm going to remove the pips now. That's silly of me. And you're just going to mix this around, and then you're going to add some seasoning. This of course is entirely up to you how much seasoning you wish to put in. I quite like things quite peppery, so I'm putting in a good bit of pepper and some salt. And then get mixing. You want to have your herbs going right through this butter, so you can take a bit of time. I mean, you could be doing this in a food processor if you like, but I quite like doing it by hand really. It doesn't take that long. So there you go, that's brought it together. Now put it onto a piece of baking parchment, greased with paper, whatever you want to call it. Get it together like this, and you're going to roll this up like a sausage. as tightly as you can. So, and then twist it at the ends, like that. There you go. Make it really nice and tight. Now put that in the fridge and you can use that within a week or two. But I like to put that, and label it of course, always label it, and put that in my deep freeze, and then I can use it anytime. I just take it out and use a slice. Here's rosemary and parsley. Now I use this one under the skin of a chicken or a turkey when I'm going to cook it. It's absolutely wonderful. And this just stays in the deep freeze. I bring it out, take out a slice whenever I want it, pop the rest back in the freezer. Now another one you can do is actually a sweet butter, and this is great for putting onto scones and into cake fillings and things like that, and just nice on toast. In here I've just got strawberries, and I've put in some basil, fresh basil, and I've just been mashing it about a bit, and to that I would add some of my nice minty sugar that I made before, or I could just add plain icing sugar, doesn't matter, and my butter. Now for this one you really must make sure that you're using unsalted butter. Mix this around and you would do exactly the same thing. You'd roll it up in your greaseproof paper, tie it up, and then you can use it in the same way, and this, as I said, is wonderful on scones and on toast. Really nice. So that's it. Herb butters and blends. It's so easy.